I am here. Good morning, Kathy, Sheila, over there monitoring YouTube for us. No release time yet on NASDAQtrader.com. All right. Well, good morning to everybody. Good morning, everybody on YouTube. Good morning, everybody on TikTok. And welcome to the Wolfpack pre-market call outs. We've been at it here since about 6:45 this morning. We've been at it since about 6:45 live here on our live stream on the website. Firing up Zoom here and trying to find some good runners for everybody. Let's see. GOEV just fell apart. TNXP. We were following TNXP and pretty excited about it. It was climbing up nicely. Let's see. Zena climbed up and then went sideways. TNXP, we had a really nice climb on that. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, they halted. And I'm assuming they halted it for news, obviously. And here's another press release. Hang on. Therapeutics price target change. So anyway, they halted that. And we're trying to get some confirmation on when they're going to release that thing again. So far, we're thinking 11 o'clock, but that seems like an awful long time to hold this thing up. But that's possible. A little unusual to hold it that long from 7:30 in the morning until 11 o'clock. It seems a bit weird. So that one's definitely going to be of interest to a lot of people. We can get really good confirmation on when it's going to be released. And then there was PRTG. Hopefully you guys all caught PRTG. That was a nice little push up on a press release. That started off at $3.25. $3.25. The news came out right at 7 o'clock. From $3.25, it went all the way to $8.80. Nice little run there. We had quite a few Wolfpack members taking advantage of that nice big spike up. That was beautiful. And then, of course, OPTX. If you got into the early, super early morning pre-market trading, we're talking real early this morning, 4, 5, 6 o'clock, all that real early stuff. You probably saw OPTX going. Jen, good morning. And hopefully you took advantage of that. That stock went bananas. That stock was going really, really well. Now we're just waiting for PRTG to take another big spike up. I think we're in for a little bit more of a run on this one. I don't think this one's quite done yet. I could be way off on that, but it just feels to me that one is going to spike again. Let's see, ONDS. ONDS is starting to curl back up again. It's been having some troubles here this morning. Yes, TNXP was halted for news. We're assuming it was news. Um, just trying to get some clarification on a release time. One of our Wolfpack members said he found it somewhere where it said 11 o'clock, but it seems a long time. I don't know that I've ever seen one hold that long. I could be wrong, I guess. My memory sometimes slips on me a little bit. But when they halt them in pre-market for news, usually by 9:30, man, I have seen some. I gotta take that back. I have seen some instances where they held it through the opening and kept it closed for a while. But I would think it'd be some awful major news to halt it that long. But we're definitely going to be keeping our eyes on that one. And as far as I know, we do have some Wolfpack members that are already in that stock prior to the halt. So I'm sure they're on pins and needles waiting to see what the news is going to be. And if it's really great news and this thing shoots to the moon, they're going to be hanging tight, diamond hands, and they're going to run that thing up and make some amazing profits on that. If it's bad news and it starts dropping, I guarantee you they're going to be hitting that sell button as fast as they can to get out. Bonfire Rob, have a great day. Oh my. We've had some profits here this morning with the Wolfpack. So keep an eye on that. Hard telling what's going to happen with it. Had a decent amount of volume prior to the halt, too. Sheila, love your sweatshirt. Yeah, this is my Wolfpack sweatshirt. It says Wolfpack. Wolfpackcommunity.com. Little shameless advertising there. I have had one person stop me and say, what's wolfpackcommunity.com? That was kind of nice. PRTG. Now, what were we saying about PRTG? What did I say? I said, I think this one is not done. I think this one's going to run. I could be full of you know what, but I think this one's going to run. Look at it now. 192%. Boom. John, PRTG in at 720, out at 950. Beautiful, John. Beautiful trade. Absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. Pinky says it's not done. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Oh, I love this. This is amazing. Rick, 750 to 10 on PRTG. Good job, Rick. Nice trade. Samantha, round 2, 8 to 917. Samantha is killing it this morning. Jim, 792 to 980. Boom. Hit those money bags for these people. Let's show some support here. PRTG, round 2, 750 to 850. Scalping off whole dollars at a time. Radio Barry, what stock are we waiting on news for? That would be TNXP. TNXP. The stock was moving up really nicely, and then all of a sudden they halted it. And they don't usually do that in pre-market unless it's for news. We'll see. We don't know if it's good news, bad news. We have no idea. But we're certainly going to be watching for it to release. We're going to watch for the press release, and we're going to know very quickly whether we're going to make some money on that one or not. Love it. Mike, TEVA, 1794 to 1899. Nice trade. Very nice trade. Terry, 758 to 1008 on PRTG. Terry with a big banging bag there. Nice. That is beautiful. Very nice. Alonzo, kicking myself for PRTG this morning. Could have got in at 470-ish. Oh, my friend, I wish you would have gotten into that one, Alonzo. That would have been a beauty. All right. Wilds, we have some news on Wilds about some new glasses. Oh, let's see. I'm missing questions. I'm missing comments and questions and all kinds of stuff. TD, good morning. Paula, good morning. How's my favorite niece doing? Kathy said she missed that one too. She got a phone call and missed it. PRTG. It's up 208% off of this morning's call. I am doing great, Paula. Everything is good. A little bit chilly down here in Florida right now, though. I need it to warm up and stay warm. We need to get through this little cold snap. Uncle Jeff needs some beach time. Silver Fox, good morning. Love you too. Let's see if PRTG takes another big spike here. We're up 218% on that call out. Oh my gosh. Oh, Davo, I do believe so, my friend. After that big spike up to 1061, we pulled back to 962. It's back at 999 right now, but I think we could be in for another one. What a nice little push. Love it. Work just gets in the way. Yes, it does, Kathy. We have a lot of people that trade on their way to work. They're watching us on their cell phone or at work. And sometimes at work gets in the way of being able to have some fun trading going on. Theo, PRTG, 1001 to 10, I think I missed it, 1027. Nice trade. Warm spell in upstate New York. Going to be 40 today. Wow, that is a nice little warm up. Melts all the snow. Allen, 995 to 1072. Beautiful. Looks like everybody's making money on PRTG this morning. All right, we're going to keep watching for them. Got about 10 minutes here till we get our 8 o'clock press releases. Hopefully you can stick around just long enough for the press releases. We'll be logging off of TikTok and YouTube right after we give you all the press releases at 8, and then headed back to our Zoom meeting for the rest of our call outs until about 9:35, 9:40 this morning. Our live stream on the website lasts about just shy of 3 hours, about 3 hours. Press releases come out. They typically hit the market on the half hour, 7 o'clock, 7:30, 8, 8:30, 9, 9:30. And so we go live at 6:45 on our website so that we're ready for that first round at 7 o'clock. And then after the market opens, I usually stick around for just a few minutes just to see what's actually going to run at open. And then we're done. And then I try to come back on again in after hours from 4 o'clock till about 5 o'clock, just in case we get some press releases in after hours. Because we try to trade primarily off of press releases. Press releases are beautiful. Allen, PRTG, $7.50 to $11. I love it. Oh, that is beautiful. That is beautiful trade, Alan. Nice. So nice. Tracy got it from 757 to 1006. David, 786 to 1029. Nice. Some really good trades happening here this morning with the Wolfpack. The Wolfpack knows how to hunt together. I'm telling you, this is a force to be reckoned with. Some beautiful, beautiful trades this morning. PRTG up 205 right now, 205%. We'll see if we get another big spike up. We're hearing a lot of people say maybe 15 on this today. I don't know. Seems a bit optimistic, but we'll find out. You know, when a stock starts off at $3.55, $10 seems pretty optimistic. But as it started climbing up to that range, all of a sudden, 10 didn't look so bad. 10 looked pretty doable. We'll see if 15 looks doable here yet. Jury's still out for me on that one. I don't know if 15 is doable, but if it starts climbing that direction and it looks pretty doable, I'll start pushing that narrative that 15 is very likely. Carlos, PRTG, 734 to $10. Nice. Oh, nice. Let's see if we get us a nice big push up again. That spike up out of nowhere, man. That spike up to 1126 was absolutely beautiful. And to the Wolfpack, let's talk about it again. Look at the push up. We had that nice big spike up. And look what it did after the spike up. It fell back down again. So when I tell you about them big spike ups and taking advantage of those, and again, if it pulls back and it starts to go, there's nothing stopping you from playing it a second time, if you choose to, or a third time. But when we're talking about locking in profit, my opinion, just a humble opinion, those massive spikes up, those are gifts from heaven. Those are absolute perfect opportunities to lock in that profit. Let it pull back. And if you want to play it again, great. If not, you want to be done with it and move on to the next one, so be it. But take advantage of being able to lock in a really, really super nice profit on those. Because every instance this morning on this particular stock, every instance where we got that big spike up, it pulled back. Spiked way up here, pulled way back down. Spiked up, pulled down. Massive spike up, it pulled back down. It's rinse and repeat. All right. Let's see what else we got. Real. Got a press release here. We got about 4 minutes until our 8 o'clock press releases. So if you can stick around for just a few more minutes, we might be able to catch some of those press releases. Hopefully. Teva is still climbing up. Unbelievable. Teva has been on fire since that press release. Wow. Look at Teva. T-E-V-A. T-E-V-A. This one had a press release this morning at 7:30, and it has just been beautiful. From $16.50, right now it's at 20, just a little over 20. Really nice climb. And the volume is still coming in pretty decently. Teva Pharmaceutical, T-E-V-A. What a nice run on that stock. Now, I would be a little leery on this one if you missed the 7:30 news and didn't get in a really good entry on this, down under 17.50. I'd be a little leery about jumping in too high. But if you were with us at 7:30, you got the news, you saw us talking about it, you got in decent, you're doing pretty well on this one right now. Let's see, TNXP. Yeah, it looks like about 11 o'clock is from what all sources that we're finding here. It looks like about 11 o'clock this morning before they're going to release that one. PRTG. Is it too soon to say boom? Oh, God. Could this be a three-banger? Could we get 300% out of this stock? Wouldn't that be absolutely insane? BBAI? Let me read this press release real quick. We got 2 more minutes till we get the 5 o'clock stuff. All right. Wilds. We had a press release a little bit earlier today, this morning, on Wilds, WLDS. WLDS. Let's take a look at what Wilds is doing. Wilds pushed up a little bit. Not a lot of volume here. But this had a press release this morning. Around 7:45, and it's gone from $1.60 to $1.84. It's currently at $1.84. There's just not a lot of volume. Teva at 20. Let's see if we can't get PRTG. Come on, baby. We had a high of 1126. Can we bust through that high of 1126? This gets one big surge of volume and off she goes, baby. All right, let's see what we got here for our 8 o'clock. RKLB delivers second spacecraft, completes third for Varda Space Industries. We'll see if that goes anywhere. TNXP announces FDA acceptance. Here's our press release on TNXP. They got FDA acceptance. FDA acceptance. LICN launches its AI large-scale model developed with JD Technologies. LICN. LPCN, Fast Track Designation. LPCN, Fast Track Designation. And that looks like the only ones here this morning at 8 o'clock. We've got a few more press releases, but I'm not seeing any of them that are just NMG. NMG announces a $50 million equity investment. Sometimes those will push the stock price up. Expands its global footprint. PL, that's nothing. ZJK, financial report. Another one on Pfizer. Pfizer put out some financials this morning. So it's kind of all over. Not one of my favorite stocks. Let's see. CGNT, secures contract, law enforcement, phase 2 trial. Looks like that may be all the good news. Safety data. NXPL. Board of Directors approve a $2 million share buyback program. NXPL, $2 million share buyback program. Clicking through these press releases as fast as I can for you. PETZ, PETS, PETZ on financials. PETZ on financials. PETZ. Nuke, NUKK. Take a look at Nuke, NUKK. 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 EHTH popped up on revenues. EHTH. That one we already talked about that one. All right. Let me go through here and read this TNXP press release. EHTH before I can. They're still popping there on their financials. ZJK, nothing there. TNXP announces FDA acceptance of a new drug application for a drug for fibromyalgia. That seems like a weird thing to halt a stock for. That's not that big of news. Maybe they're trying to be dramatic. That's not that big of news. $8.30 release for TNXP. TNXP, we have a 8:30 release. Now, let's go back and recap real quick before we log off of TikTok and YouTube. All right, OPTX, kind of going flat. TNXP halted, but from what we're seeing is an 8:30 Eastern time release on that. And then AC, let's see, what else we got here? PRTG, that one is pulling back. Teva's pulling back. Nuke is pulling back now off of that high. NUKK, that was Nuke, the Nuke one. KOS, Cosmo Energy. They're climbing a little bit. ACTU, positive interim data. ACTU, positive interim data, but it popped up and now it's pulling back pretty good. Let's see, CYCN. Stimulator portfolio generates revenues to enable company growth. That's on CYCN. Talking about some financial stuff. Billy got Nuke, NUKK, from 215 to 258. Nice trade. Nuke's really pulling back hard here. Now, my personal take on the news on TNXP, not big news. Not big news. Not at all. Getting acceptance for a new drug application, it's really not that big of news. I mean, it's good news. It really is good news, but it's not the kind of news that's going to send the stock going parabolic. It's not that kind of news. And it certainly is not the kind of news they should have halted this stock for. I have seen that exact same press release on many, many companies. They never halted for that. I don't know what they were trying to do with the halt, but it's not big news. So that's just my humble opinion for what it's worth. BMEA, take a look at BMEA, positive top line results. BMEA. BMEA. positive top line results. The bid's at 670, 633, 621. The bid is dropping. 619, 615, 592. Now hold up just a minute. Positive top-line results in an ongoing phase 2 study for patients with type 2 diabetes. I hope you guys caught that pullback. Boy, I hope you guys caught that son of a gun. I hope you pulled out. Oh my God. That stock pulled back to 592 and then ripped immediately back to 716. Holy wow. BMEA. Wow. Anybody get that? My goodness. That was a quick trade. Oh, look at Scott the Money Man. Got it from 616 to 703. He caught that dip. Dawn, 608 to 681. Oh, you guys are awesome. You caught that dip, that beautiful pullback down to that 6 spot, rode it back up, and let it go. How awesome. That was a beautiful piece of trading right there. Now it's back to 710. The wolf pack. Don't underestimate the wolf pack. We've got some really good traders in here. Quick eyes, quick on the buy button and the sell button. Just making a beautiful run of things here. This is awesome. PRTG at 940. Don't pay any attention to those candles. Those 8 o'clock candles will go bananas. Wild spikes up and down. Don't pay attention to those. Look at the bid price and the ask price. That's all you want to focus on. Don't watch those crazy candles. Don't let those candles fool you into thinking the price is actually dropping. You got to look at the bid and the ask. And that'll last for, well, it's been lasting for 14 minutes now. Usually it only lasts five or 10 minutes, the most. This one is still running 14 minutes, and these candles, they're still flushing orders out. So don't pay attention to the candles. Well, TNXP pulling up some 94s, 96s, 98s. I don't know. Still shows halted on E-Trade. KULR service agreement to launch KULR-1 space battery. Interesting. KULR Technologies launching a space battery. Take a look at it. KULR. Got some great press releases this morning. We've had some really nice, interesting, positive press releases. Wild's pushing up a little bit. Now, don't let those like I said, don't let those candles fool you. Those wild spikes up and down. I fell for that when I first started trading. I thought for sure I saw a candle pop straight up and I panicked thinking it was going and I better jump in, and I jumped in. I bought way too high and it came right back down. And then all of a sudden the candle just dropped and I'm like, what the heck? What was that all about? All right. All right. Let's look at BMEA. Look at that. Holy smokes. Positive top line results on a phase 2, and it tanked. That is unusual. I'm glad that some of you that took that dip and then when it spiked back up again, you sold quickly and got out. Holy moly. Weren't we just talking about that this morning? If you get a good entry and you get that big spike up, to take advantage of it, because what happens after that big spike up? Take a look at BMEA. Perfect example. Another example. We've had several examples of this morning. Yeah, I'm a little fascinated that it dropped that far on what seems to be relatively good news here. Now it is climbing back up. So I don't know if any of you caught that dip down around, it dropped to 359. Why does it drop after a big climb like that? Typically, my guess is, I say that because I've noticed it a lot. I've noticed that pattern a lot in my time day trading when the stock is doing kind of okay, or if it's just going consolidating or whatever, and all of a sudden it spikes way up, truly spikes way up because of big, massive volume push. They always tend to just start falling after that. And it doesn't always happen. Sometimes they'll spike way up and then they'll spike way up. Depends on the news. But typically, if one spikes up like that, an insane amount, they always seem to fall back down afterwards. So I always take advantage of that. If I'm in, I've got a good position and it spikes way up, I'm talking 50 cents, 60 cents, 80 cents, sometimes $1. Those stupid things, depending if it's a micro float, it'll pop so high. And I always take advantage of that and sell immediately at the top as high as I can because it always seems to fall back. So I try to take advantage of that. Why does it fall back immediately after that? I would suspect that it's because everybody's doing the same thing. Everybody is taking advantage. You get a big influx of buyers. Okay, imagine this in your head. You get a big influx of buyers, a massive amount of buyers, all hitting the ask price, and it spikes the price way up. Now you have a bunch of people who were already in this prior to the spike, and prior to that big, huge spike up, that big volume that spiked it up, they all take advantage of that big run and they all start selling, taking profit. So what I'm doing is taking profit and taking advantage of that big spike, but so is a whole bunch of other people. Like a whole lot of people are taking advantage of that big spike up. They're taking advantage of the fact that a bunch of new people jumped in and pushed the price up, spiked it up, and now they're dumping. That's exactly what's happening, in my opinion. Kathy just took advantage of the dip on BMEA, 450 to 550. Nice. Samantha, 685 to 4. Oh, Samantha. Darn. Sorry to hear that one, Samantha. Took the loss, but that's all right. You'll make it back. David, BMA, 365 to 515. Unreal. Unreal. Yeah, I think that dip, I'll have to read the press release a little bit closer and a little bit more detailed. But that drop from $7.07 to $3.59. That's a massive drop in terms of percentage on good news. Positive top line results on a phase 2, even not a phase 1, a phase 2. Not as good as a phase 3, obviously, but still, positive top line results on a phase 2 should not tank a stock in terms of that kind of percentage. That's why I kept saying I hope somebody's taking advantage of this dip down here, because and obviously we had some people that did that. Bob, PRTG, 820 to 990. Nice. All right. GOEV looking like it wants to move. Yeah, it's trying. It's trying to recover off of that little fall there it had from 14 cents. It looks like it's trying to recover from that. It might. Alonzo, BMEA, 373 and back out at 502. Very nice trade, Alonzo. Green, got to run. Thanks for sharing. You have a great day. Thank you for joining us. All right, it is 8:23. 8:23. Now we're supposed to get a release on TNXP at 8:30 from my understanding. Now, again, let me say this again. The news on TNXP, it's FDA approval on a new drug application is not typically great news. It's good news for the company, without a doubt, but it's not typically the kind of news that moves a stock price an insane amount. It usually isn't. There's always exceptions, of course, but it's usually not the kind of news that really does much. A new drug application, it really is not. Now, the flip side of that, it's a new drug for fibromyalgia. Watch it very closely. Watch it very, very closely. TNXP. I'm seeing on level 2, even though it's still halted, level 2 is building up on the bid side. I'm seeing orders for 235,000 shares, 154,000 shares, 8,000, 9,000, all on the bid side, above $1. It's at 96 cents. It halted at 96 cents. And we've got all these bids piling up, big 235,000 share orders piling up on the bid side over $1. 8:30. 8:30 is when it's supposed to release, from what we understand. So I don't know what it's going to do. Don't ever blindly jump into anything. When it releases, watch it, see what it's doing, see if it's climbing, check the volume, do all your due diligence. Check all the boxes. Everything that you look at a stock and you say, I like this one, I'm jumping in. Do all that before you jump in. Don't just blindly look at a tweet or look at a comment that says this thing's going to the moon and then just jump in blindly. You gotta, when this thing releases, if it releases at 8:30, and I think it's supposed to release at 8:30, do your due diligence on it, please. And I know there's a lot of you, and I know there was a lot of Wolfpack members that were already in this stock before the halt. So they're kind of stuck in it right now. Some of them are stuck 100% in it. Some they sold already and are only holding 50% of their shares yet. But there are some Wolfpack members that are in this prior to the halt, because we've been watching this one climb pretty much all morning. It's been a steady, nothing dramatic. It's just been a nice, slow, steady climb. And we've been watching it and people have been jumping into it. But definitely do your due diligence. Because right when it releases, it could spike way up and then tank and drop. And I mean drop hard. So watch, think about it. Don't get willy-nilly about it. Nuke, 241 to 324. How many of you are taking advantage of Nuke? That stock's up 151% since it started running at 8:02 this morning. You should have been with us for Nuke. Should have been. Now, whether you jumped in or not, who knows? But you should have been with us. We were on live TikTok and YouTube for Nuke. So hopefully you got a piece of it. I'm sure some of you did. John, Nuke, 187 to 345. Boom. All right, here we go with Nuke or TNXP, 8:30. You guys watch that while I read news. You guys watch TNXP while I'm reading news here. MNTS. Momentous, MNTS, talking about a rideshare program with the Defense Department for SpaceX. MNTS. I want to hear your success stories now. I want to hear those success stories. Both on Nuke, NUKK, and TNXP. WIMI talking about develops a new design solution for simulating quantum computing concepts. Sounds technical. WIMI. PLCE. The Children's Place reports preliminary partial fourth quarter sales results. So financial results for PLCE, and it's going up. There. All right, I'm still reading press releases while you guys are having all the fun. See Miami out. TNXP 60 to $1.10. Nice. All right. Now let me get back to Everogan. Good afternoon, or good morning rather. Good afternoon. Boy, I'm way ahead of myself. Kathy, Nuke, $2 to $3. Nice trade. Very nice trade. All right, OPTX, QUBT. We got another press release here. Awarded a contract by NASA. QUBT awarded a contract by NASA to support phase unwrapping using Dirac-3 photonic optimization solver. Whew, that is a scientific mouthful right there. LAES, partnering with Hedra in the next generation of post-quantum semiconductors. That's on LAES. That one's been hurting all morning here. All right, let's go back and see what everybody's doing. Alan, Nuke, 340 to 350. Nice trade. Very nice trade. All right, now let's go back. TNXP, yes. Going way higher than I suspected. But I know all of you knew about this stock. Everybody within the earshot of my voice knew about this stock and knew to be watching it. If you're going beyond your maximum day trades, Carrie, it's not going to let you sell. You'll have to do it as a swing trade, which means you have to hold it at least 24. You have to hold it until at least pre-market tomorrow. And we need to have a Zoom one-on-one so I can talk to you about that so you know exactly what you're dealing with there. You can only do 3 in a 5-day rolling period, day trades. And I'll explain all that to you on our Zoom. But there's workarounds. There's some workarounds to that. MNTS for Michael, 913 to 1013. Nice trade. Jacob, 111 to 147 on TNXP. We're up 200%, folks. Everybody within the sound of my voice knew about this stock. We knew to watch it. Some of us were already in it prior to the halt, but we've been talking about it the entire time that this thing has been halted. And we've been on TikTok and YouTube talking with you about it as well. So everybody's known about it. And I told you when it released at 8:30, do your due diligence, watch it, see if you like it. If you like it, get in. If you don't, you're feeling a little sketchy about it, just stay away from it. So everybody's had the opportunity to take advantage of this run from 90 cents on just this run since it was released, from 90 cents to now $1.84. Everybody had the opportunity. Now, whether they took it or not, that's a whole nother story, right? Not everybody wants to jump in. RMNI, target price range. All right. Carrie, there's a section, I believe, in my book about pattern day trader accounts and margin accounts and the day trader rule about day trading. I think I covered that in my book. You might want to go back and hit that real quick and take a look at it. And if you still have some questions about that, or you think you're following that rule and it's still not letting you sell, we definitely need to talk about it. $226%. So it bounced all the way to what, 194. So I'm pretty excited to hear about everybody's take on that. Michael, 913 to 1013. Sure. Trades. Jesse, TNXP, 101 to 191. Nice. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it doesn't matter if you only did one today, Carrie. If you've done other day trades within the last 5 days, it goes for five rolling days. If that makes sense. Not 5 calendar days, 5 rolling days. You can only do 3 in 5 days. Day trades. You can do as many swing trades as you want. Swing trade meaning you bought today, you sold tomorrow, or any time after that. But day trades, they only allow you to do 3. Your account will flag you as a pattern day trader if you try to do more than 3 in a 5-day period. But like I said, there's a workaround there. Yes, Brenda, that is correct. Cash account. Cash account. You're set up with a cash account and you're trading with settled funds, only settled funds. You're golden. It's when you start trying to trade with unsettled funds that you get in trouble. and you don't really get in trouble. They just send you a warning, and they'll restrict your account for 30 days. They don't ban your account. They don't stop you from doing anything, but they restrict you from trading, and they only allow you to do swing trades. You can only buy and swing. You can't do any more day trades for 30 days. That's their way of punishing you. All right. Yeah. All right. Well, we'll talk about that, Carrie. We need to do a Zoom thing sometime when you have some time, so we can talk through that and get it figured out. All right. You guys have a great day. We are done here on TikTok and YouTube. Have a beautiful trading day. Congrats to everybody that was paying attention and grabbed some of that TNXP off of that halt. And also everybody that took advantage of Nuke and is still making money on Nuke, NUKK. And hopefully you'll come back and visit the Wolfpack again. We'll be back on live again today at 4 p.m. 4 p.m. when after hours trading starts. And I usually do about an hour. And most of the time from 4 o'clock to 5 o'clock, if there isn't any news put out, there probably isn't going to be any. Now, once in a while, they'll drop a really great press release at 6:30 in the evening or something. But for the most part, all the action that's going to happen usually happens from 4 to 5. That's just been my experience. So usually about an hour in after hours. So 4 p.m. Eastern time, if you can make it. We'd love to see you. You're also welcome to join us on our live stream, 3 hours long every morning. Start at 6:45 a.m. and it goes until about 9:35, 9:40. And we'd love to have you. Just go to the website, which is wolfpackcommunity.com, wolfpackcommunity.com, and subscribe to live trading. And you can do that through a 7-day free trial, or you can skip the 7-day free trial and go straight into your subscription. It's $25 a month. Well worth it, I believe. In my opinion, my humble opinion, it's worth it. But we'd love to have you. We would love to have you. And then you can join us on Zoom every single morning, every trading day for these call outs. You guys have a good one. I'll see all of you at 4 p.m. Eastern time this evening. Have a good one. All right, let's see what else we get here. We're going to get some more here at 9 o'clock. So we're going to have to